We are live, I think. Should be good. I don't know why the stream is still buffering, but it looks like we're live, so we're just going to go ahead and start it off. So, hello everybody. We're going to be playing some more, or I guess not really some more, because we haven't played Modern since last Wednesday, but we're going to be playing some Modern. We usually do that on Wednesdays, a nice break from just mono Legacy content, even though I have like these Legacy tournaments coming up. It's nice to take a break, but I still do enjoy playing this deck, so it's fun time to just kind of mix it up. I know a lot of the people also enjoy the modern content that I put out, so I should actually probably I just put like the exclamation point SB guide in the title of the stream. There we go. Just as a reminder to everybody, like I had started my sideboard guide last week. I think is when I first kind of told people about it, put the link out. So if you go into chat and type exclamation point SB guide on my Twitch page, you'll get a link to it. Also, I put it in the link to like the first YouTube video. I'll probably try to put it in like the next couple of Black White ENT video like descriptions, just in case people like missed one or can't find it or whatever. But you can always also find it on my Twitch channel. Don't think I've updated it much since last time. I did add another matchup. I think I finished the KCI match, but have not really updated it much since. Been pretty busy doing some other stuff, but I have to go in terms of the top 10. Bridgevine, Storm, Mardu Pyro. Ugh. Not looking forward to writing the Mardu Pyro matchup. Just put bad. Move on. Anyhow, we're going to be playing this list again, or some slight variation of it. Oh, I wanted a Karn. Oh, it's too late, though, isn't it? I gotta go buy a Karn. This isn't Legacy. You're correct, Chylith. Astute observational skills. This is actually a modern deck. It is Legacy legal, however. I could submit this in a Legacy league. Would it be better if I submitted this into a Legacy league and played it there, Chylith? Would you feel better? to Yeah, that's not gonna happen. we would get so wrecked. Just like never ever beating Mono Red Prison. You could probably beat like some number of things. Like Storm might be a decent matchup with like Tide Hollow, Thalia, Thought-Knot Seers, and stuff. Wow, Karn's like 24 ticks. Fuck me. I promise miracles won't back to me. Yeah, I don't imagine we could like file in Tide Hollow, snag Terminus out of their hands. I have no ticks. We have 88 ticks and like a million play points. I guess I could just go buy a Karn right now. Just like awkwardly buy this Karn while we're do I even have like ticks in a binder? God, I'm so unprepared for this. Oh, we do have the ticks in the binder. Cool. Just need to go buy this Karn to put in this deck, because I definitely said a couple days ago that I wanted to try Karn, but just completely slipped my mind that I needed to actually go pick up a Karn, because I don't own one online. Luckily, there are a couple places we can just go grab one. What else do we get wrecked by if we play this deck in the Legacy? Just like everything. Just never beating a Delver. I mean, it's just like, we're just DNT with no Stoneforges against Delver, right? I guess we just like also get real demolished by Wasteland with this deck, because the mana base is already so fragile. Yeah, this deck probably is just completely unplayable in Legacy. Hey, everyone pitching cards to Forza Will gives Wasteland Strangler food to kill stuff at least. Usually it cancels if they're assisting another customer. Oh, fuck it. I'll go buy a Karn elsewhere. It's actually gonna work this time, or are we just gonna be stuck in trade request? If this just keeps doing this, I'm just gonna run another league without this Karn. It's kind of annoying. Oh, there we go. Let's get a Karn. So dumb. So stupid expensive. They, like, stopped playing this card in Standard a lot, too, didn't they? I don't know why it's still so jacked up in price. Like, everyone was playing this card when it got printed, but it really kind of started to drop off. What are you taking out for the Karn? I think I'm going to cut the Gonti. Just, like, having 4/4 drops in the sideboard isn't really what I'm game for. Could cut, like, a Gideon for it, too, just so I have, like, a variety of Planeswalkers instead, but I don't know. Gonti is usually more cute than it is good. Although I do really love playing Gonti, so. There we go, finally. That took a lot longer than it should have. Now we have Karn. Cut this Gonti. Probably just play... whatever. Just play the Orzhov Pontiff Zealous Persecution split. It probably should just be 2 Zealous Persecutions, but... just like having options. Just like I'm also playing the Settle the Wreckage Warship split. It's nice because a lot of these cards come in the same matches, and it can be nice to assess which is like better in a certain situation. Because I'm definitely not sure about Warship for Settle. I think Settle. I think Warship's actually slightly better if Spirits is really kind of coming out in full force. And likewise, I think Zealous is. I guess Orzhov Pontiff is probably better against Spirits, right? Because you can Pontiff plus Flicker Wisp, or Pontiff plus Displace or whatever to mow down stuff. Zealous is better against, like, Boggles, I don't know, other, just, like, Affinity, which is kind of dead as of late, but anyway. Let's just play some Modern. I guess it's decent. It's better than... probably better than Pontiff against Hardened Scales Affinity. It's situational. Zealous Persecution is better than Pontiff because it comes out faster, usually, is the selling point. Like, against Affinity, if they go turn 2 Overseer and you're sitting there staring at your Pontiff as your only way to kill it, you can't cast it. Or like Boggles, and they play a Boggle, and you're like, oh, I can kill this, but nope, next turn they'll play the third alarm or whatever. But Pontiff's obviously better because you can blink it or vial it in and stuff, so you can have repeated effects. So there's definitely merits to having either. I think just in most of the matchups, I like Zealous more. Against humans, Zealous Persecution can snipe like Champion of the Parishes or Noble Hierarchs a lot earlier than Pontiff can. They can get out of the range. But in Spirits, I think I like Pontiff more. Although they can always, like, Spell Queller Zealous. They can't always Spell Queller a Pontiff, like if you have a Vial or something, so also notable. It's taking... oh. Every time I always say, oh, this is kind of taking a while, just immediately, bam. Yeah, did I set my Stream Decker up? Oh, I didn't edit for the Karn, but yes, I actually did. For once, I was actually prepared. Cut this Gonti. Add a Karn. Scion of Urza. That should be good. Yeesh, this hand is kind of ugly. I think it's keepable, especially on the draw, but it's not excellent. Put him into 6. I think this hand's fine. Let's top deck Aether Vial, make my life easy. Ooh, Spirits. This Thalia is not good against Spirits. The Arbiter also likely isn't very good if they play just Hierarch. Alright. I'm just going to play Arbiter here. Thalia is not great. And Arbiter can combine with this, like, Path in the future. Ooh, I might actually have to play this. I can play Aether Vial, still hold up Path. Probably much better. How's Black-White ENT? Building my second Modern deck, looking for a third dosage in the deck. I like it. I enjoy playing it. That's kind of, like, the biggest thing about it. It's not, obviously, I'm not going to be playing because it's, like, super well positioned in the format or anything. Oh, it's annoying. Oh, Mausoleum Wanderer counters this Path if I want to try and cast it now. But I enjoy playing it. There are a lot of, like, very in-depth lines. It's definitely competitive. Like, I have a 60-something% win rate. Pull my data. 63.7 online. Which is certainly not bad. It's got a lot of game against, like, some of the best decks in Modern right now, but it is a little bit more inconsistent than some of the stuff. Your plan of, like, Leonin Arbor Thalia is kind of miserable against certain decks in the format. Oh, that's very beatable. I wonder if I'm supposed to just, like, Path to kill this Mausoleum Wanderer. This is a lot of damage. I could get, Hexproof Spirited, but they're trimming those down recently since they started playing, like, 3 Vial, 4 Coco in this deck. They're usually less on Rattle Chains. I think I'm just gonna Path this. Gives them a land, annoyingly. I would have much rather them, like, played something I could target, like a Drogsoul Captain, so they would have to sack it, and they don't get the land here. Maybe I should have just waited because of that. Bad Spirits of Violence and Coco. They're usually playing both nowadays. Eldrazi Temple would be a nice draw. Yeah, it's acceptable. Displacer doesn't really block a Geist. I mean, it trades with it right now, which I think I'd be okay with. Because we're just, like, a little bit behind here. They have their last card as... Oh, it's fine. Yeah, I guess maybe it's not as fine, because they could sack it. I think I'll just take my beats here. I'm definitely taking my beats now. Now we just need to draw, like, Wasteland Strangler. And then we'll be getting somewhere. So I could cast Wisp. I can cast Thought-Knot just, like, to make a 4/4. That might actually be my best bet. The 4/4, like, gets in the way of this Geist. The Queller is annoying. Or not the Queller, the Silva Spirit's annoying, though. Could also just chump block it with the Arbiter. I think I might just want to get, like, a 4/4 into play. It's most mana efficient. I can just Vial in the Flickerwisp next turn and start using Flickerwisp plus Displacer to do stuff. We just want to get like a big dude in play. No point in Thaliaing right now. My opponent already has 5 mana up. So they can already cast a Coco. If they had like only 4 mana here, then I'd probably just put in Thalia so they can't top pick a Coco, but would rather just sit on my choice of whatever I want to chump block with this turn. I would say attack with Cell Spirit seems real loose. Yeah, that attack seems much better. So I could offer the trade if I wanted, by blocking with Thought Knot, and then they sack Selfless Spirit. I don't really want to let them draw a card. So I think I'd rather just chump block with Leonin Arbiter. Take my 4, but after that we should be setting up a decent defense. We could also just top deck Wasteland Strangler and make my life easy. Certainly not Wasteland Strangler. Might just be like pretty close to dead here. We have Flickerwisp, which can actually block flying things, so not dead. They can make a spirit out of my thing. This isn't looking great. I think the only way we get in this is if we draw a Wasteland Strangler. Path would definitely get me some of the way there. It doesn't even make a spirit. I think they might just forget that they have a Moorland Haunt in play. See what they attack with before making my decisions. If it's just the Geist, I can take no damage. Ooh, everything is a good attack for me, I think. Because we can prevent most of the damage. I think we'd take 1 if they attacked with everything and threaten to kill their Geist. This attack's also fine, because we can just take 0 here. Opponent has having some severe issues on what they want to attack with. There's no way they sack it here. Rattle Chains. That's fine. I don't really care that much. Now we're just taking 1 still. Actually, we still take 0, because now I can just declare block on the Selfless Spirit, and then displace my Flickerwisp to blink the Supreme Phantom. We're still, like, pretty hosed, because they have, like, so much power in the air now, but... should just take no damage. Come on, Wasteland Strangler. Ooh. Hold on. We might have something here. We might have something going. I think it's now just cast Thalia Pass, because I want to flicker wisp something and then eat it with the Strangler just to kill 2 things. Which means I'm gonna like block something with the Flicker Wisp, Eldrazi displace the Flicker Wisp to flicker something else, and then Violent Strangler eat a 3rd thing. So we can just cast Thalia. Not eating right now plays into like another Rattle Chains maybe. But I don't want to like be blinking this Flicker Wisp right now because it taps it down. We might just like die in the air. So I'd rather just sit back and hopefully, if we can survive the next couple of turns, we should be good. Alright. At this point, we want to draw line number 6, I think, too, just so we can start double blinking. Then we can just like blink Flicker Wisp, blink Strangler, start killing 2 other things at a time. We might actually stabilize. So now we blink. Target the Selfless Spirit. Kill all those. Take 0. They still have yet to activate Moorland Haunt for some reason. Maybe they don't want to like just chuck the token off a cliff when they know I can just blink it, but I think we win now. We may have actually stabilized. Especially if we draw line number 6 here. That's not line number 6. It's also like uncastable because I need to be blinking every turn. So I think I just need to take this valve to 4. And start attacking on the ground with something. This thing attacks as a 3/3 by itself. So I could attack with like Thalia Displacer. Yeah, I'd just rather use a blink here. Take Valve to 4 next turn for the Shalai. Alright, they can use Moorland Haunt now. This isn't just their yard, right? Oh, it is your graveyard. Alright, I'm just dumb. I just don't know how Moorland Haunt works. That's why they can't use it. I can keep putting like they keep exiling their own creatures, which actually just fuels this Wasteland Strangler, and keep putting their creatures back, but then they keep making spirits with them. But eventually they'll clear out all their actual creatures, and I can just displace down the spirits. I guess I'll just... What's in exile here? 2 creatures, so... just murder the spirit here on tap. Take this valve to 4 for the Shalai. Ooh. Yeah, we drew more land. Yeah, this game should be over now. It doesn't work how you want it to work. Just gonna murder this Rattlechains here. Yeah, game's over. Holy. Yeah, like I said, we needed to draw exactly Wasteland Strangler right there to have a chance of winning that game. And I think if we did, we just would win immediately because Displacer, Wisp, Strangler combo is just so hard for like creature matchups to beat. All right. This looks pretty decent. Planeswalkers are pretty miserable in this matchup mainly because they just have a bunch of flyers. They're just very hard to protect. Probably not great. Like against something like humans, something like Gideon might be okay because you can consistently make out 2/2 blockers, but and then we're just gonna cut all the Thalias and leave 1 Arbiter. They do have fetch lands in their deck, so Arbiter does do stuff, but we're really not trying to fight on that axis. We're trying to fight on the axis of like killing all their stuff. Strangler, Displacer, Flicker Wisp is my main jam. Right. Opponent kept 7. Wow, triple path with like turn 2 Displacer into possible turn 3 Thought. This hand seems like gas. Luckily, we're not playing against humans, and they just like Meddling Mage my Path Exile, and I die horribly. Oh man. So, in my head, I was sitting here going, "Oh, we'll probably just lead on Concealed Courtyard because it's very unlikely we find the second temple." And we'd rather like path something into cast Displacer than just have a turn 2 Thought Knot. But now I'm pretty sure I just turn 2 Thought Knot. The issue is that like my white mana is actually my choke point, so after I turn 2 Thought Knot, it'll just be like single spelling it until I can find a second white source. But I think turn 2 Thought Knot's really good. If they leave up Spellcooler here, we won't, but if they just like cast a spell, we'll just jam the Thought Knot. You have to just do this, whatever it is. What? What spell do you like just think about jamming there and just decide that that's a bad idea? I guess now we just have to like go Courtyard pass. I could like still jam Thought Knot into Spellqueller and plan on pathing it next turn, but I think I'm okay with like them time walking themselves. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be Queller. That's the card we're playing around. But like, what were they intending to cast there on their main phase? That they're like, oh wait a minute, I want to hold up Queller instead. Like, what card were they trying to jam? Now we'll jam Thought Knot because we have Path plus Thought Knot, so if they quell it, we just then Path it, and then get our Thought Knot back. Queller me! Oh wow, I'm so surprised. We're gonna kill this now, play around like a Coco or another Queller or whatever. They get the extra land, but they only need 4 to really operate. Oh, they're just gonna like jam a Captain. Well, this is actually very bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because they can just Captain now, which my double path hand is pretty horrible against. If only I had pathed them in their draw step. Or in their upkeep, but was not gonna be playing around with this happening, but this is actually really bad for me. Now we just have to race. If that's the case, we're gonna take this image. Yeah, we're gonna take the image so they have to shock to play Captain. And then we just try to race, they'll take an extra 2 damage. There's also a chance they only play 1 Captain, and we don't lose. Nope. Wow. This Cell's Persecution does not look very good. Kill that Noble Hierarch. We also just like can't cast it unless I Ghost Quartered myself. We're just gonna attack. I will be very happy if they want to trade a Drog Skull for my Thought Knot. Attack, play Displacer, pass. You can also blink the Thought Knot in their draw step, which... A lot of their creatures have Flash, so that's kind of scary. Especially because, like, they have Coco and stuff. I don't think I want to blink this. I guess, like, if they have another Drogsoul Captain or a Phantasmal Image, or... Like, the chances are that they can't cast both the spells in their hand, assuming one of them isn't a land. They'll also draw a 3rd card, so... I guess blinking's okay here. I'm just gonna draw them into the Coco, but... I want to be taking more Lords if they have them. If there's like Jam Coco, we're just boned anyway. Maybe their hand will be all lands. Just rattle chains into double, whatever that other blue guy is. So Queller? Yeah, sure. It's a Dromoka's command? Man, this is shitty. I think we're just dead now. If this is just Dromoka's command. Maybe we could draw Settle the Wreckage or Worship and be alive. Yeah, nice. So we probably drew them into at least one of those cards, but I think the risk is probably worth it there. They have a lot of instant speed stuff, but they have a lot of sorcery speed stuff, especially without a Vial in play. It's like, if I'd snagged an image or a, whatever that 2-drop Lord is, or something like that, then we'd be, like, very good right now. For 13, they have 7, 11 in play. We try to kill a spell queller by attacking, and like Ghost Quartering myself for a Zealous. It doesn't reduce their clock, though, so we're probably still dead. Maybe they don't block, and then we have a chance of actually winning. What you got? Oh, jump on with the Hierarch. Guess that's fair. I don't think we can set up lethal now. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 10, but we don't have like nearly the white-black requirements here. So we can't like animate Shambling Events and cast the Zealous Persecution and all that. It does currently trade with the Drogskol Captain, I suppose. I think he'll just slam me for 8. They just fail to find on that fetch. What? I feel like they have more fetchable lands than just those 5 that are in play, but okay. Is that lethal? Yeah, that's exact. Oh no. I mean, I can chump block, but yeah. That's a bummer. Double Drogskol when we kept the triple path hand and like giving them the like that window to do so was pretty rough, but them's the breaks. I think that game was fairly winnable in like a lot of different iterations of my opponent's hand, just like not that one. I wonder if this hand's keepable. This hand's like really, really slow. But Strangler and Thought-Knot are decent. Vial are decent. We like draw stuff. And we're on the play, we'll keep. Probably not a good idea, but we'll keep. I'm still don't have a lot of experience in the Bant Spirits matchup, so it's good to keep like these kind of experimental hands that are kind of on the edge of whether or not I should keep them to try and assess. Like this hand beats some of my opponent's slower hands. Probably wouldn't. Yeah, it's playable. I'm not like upset about it, but I'm definitely not happy to be playing this hand. But yeah, like I was saying, it's good to try to assess these hands that are on the edge when you're inexperienced in a matchup like this. This is draw nothing but gas. It's not really nothing but gas, but at least it's land 4 for Thought-Knot. So the worst comes to worst, we can turn 4 Thought-Knot Strangler. Assuming they don't have Spell Queller up on their turn 3. We really want to find like Tidehollow Scholar. So if they play a 2 here, we can just Tidehollow Strangle. Yeah, come on, Tidehollow. I haven't drawn one yet. Well, that is a not Tidehollow Scholar. Now we need them to tap out and not just leave up Queller here. Need like them to slam Drogskol Captain. This looks like they're just going to leave up Queller. We could also draw Tidehollow still. Would love to do that. Sure. Queller's actually out of range. Won't we be able to kill this phantasm soon? Like, Queller's already out of range of a Strangler, so I can't just fire off a Thought-Knot expecting to get it back. Minus 10 points for not faking the file to give him a main heart attack. What am I filing in? Like, Sarah Avenger, gotcha, idiot? That would be kind of hilarious. But at least next turn we'll file up to 3 and 4. So we can finally cast a relevant spell, or put a relevant creature into play. Yeah. I don't think there are any black-white Eldrazi Taxes lists that are playing Sarah Avenger. Those lists... I think Sarah Avenger is just, like, not very good in Modern right now. Even in, like, the mono-white lists. Deal. It's, like, very killable still. I'm glad they're not Cocoing. This gives me an opportunity to Wasteland Strangle this Selfless Spirit next turn. Or this Supreme Phantom. Also, I can just, like, double Thought-Knot this coming turn. Because now they just tap down to 1. They could path my first Thought-Knot, but that's what the second Thought-Knot is for. Or the Shalai top deck. Right on time, Displacer. Would have loved to, like, just put you into play last turn, but... We can actually save our Thought-Knot if we want. I think I'd rather, like, draw step Thought-Knot them, though. I think we're just gonna, like, fire off this first one into the pretty obvious path here. Yep. Surprise, surprise. I'm going to Path to Exiles this Thought-Knot. Do they have, like, 2? Bluff file onto it, their end, so to make you think... So they think you'll take the Queller to bait it out. Wait, what? I've just never been a big fan of, like, file bluffing. Okay, yeah, they just have 2 paths. So they don't want to, like, let me see the extra card by pathing it now. Sorry. This Phantasm Image doesn't do anything, because it just dies to Displacer. But this Dromoka's Command doesn't... this Dromoka's Command is... Got roped into judging my local midnight pre-release RIP. I guess I could just take both paths? Pre-release is next weekend, I think. Dromoka's Command doesn't quite boost any of their creatures into range to kill my Thought-Knots. They can kill my Strangler with their Spell Queller. Although, no, because if I put in the second Thought-Knot, I think they're going to fire off the path on the first Thought-Knot, then I can take the Dromoka's Command. So let's just take a path here. Then Violin the second Thought-Knot Seer. Yeah, now they path 1. A Spell Queller, that doesn't do anything, because we're just, like, not casting spells anymore. Shut up, Del. So we can just take this Dromoka's Command. Killing this Selfless Spirit, or killing the Supreme Phantom takes 1, 2, 3 power off the board. It's the same as killing the Selfless Spirit, but it also means that they can't Phantasmal Image the Supreme Phantom for more damage. They can only Phantasmal Image these garbage cards, so... Just gonna kill the Supreme Phantom here. Now we have 6 mana with a Displacer and a Strangler, and a Thought-Knot. So we should be okay here.
it for 4 or whatever, sure. Oh, they could Thought Not me, actually. Ooh, Strangler, my Strangler, I guess? Doesn't seem like a good plan. This Displacer by itself just kind of puts them out here. That did not seem like their best idea. Although I guess I only have 1 card in hand, so getting a Thought Knot's kind of risky. Oh geez, we just like drew another Thought Knot Seer too. Just gonna take the Spell Queller, kill their Strangler, tag them for 1,000,000. Yeah, good luck. Good luck, dude. Goodbye, Spell Queller. Kill that. Probably not worth blinking a Thought Knot at this point. We're like, we have things tied down pretty well. Way to explain how Underrealm works that empty library. God, I don't even know the text on Underrealm Lich. I'd rather, like, if they correct Canopy here, which I'd rather just use this Displacer to prevent damage, or tap down their guys to just attack them for lethal next turn. If you Spreading Seas on a ghost card that's been animated by Nature's Soul, but is under the effect of Blood Moon and Humility. I don't know what, I don't know what Nature's Revolt does, but... Ah, sweet, we just won. Sick! Take that, Bant Spirits. Where is Bant Spirits on this list? It's gotta be somewhere. Play against Blue-White Spirits. Eldrazi Tron. Thalia Stompy. Hardened Scales. Green Tron. Where's Spirits? Control F. Spirits. Really? Have I not played against Bant Spirits at all? Post unban? Oh, no, here it is. There we go. Found it. Bant Spirits have played against twice. Now 3 times. 8. Anyway. Just tuned in. Was there a Spirits question? Nah, we were just, Oh god, I missed. This Displacer can make Squash Snatches on spells he had. Oh, I didn't even, like... I wasn't even factoring that in, but yeah, my opponent's super dead there. What's the Leaf Frogs? I just really like the card. It's just like a sweet card. I like Frogs. The art's cool. Frogs are cool. And, another person I know on Twitter posted a similar status of, like, mail me all your foil Leapfrogs. On the draw... No, that sand sucks. This hand also sucks, but now we're on a 6-card hand, so I'm going to keep it. Get out of here. ENT is really good with Spirits, I assume. Especially post-wording and bringing pushes and basically on a mid-range deck. Yeah. The Bant Spirits matchup just felt pretty good. We got pretty unlucky game 2 to lose it. We kept, like, a pretty loose hand game 3 also, and just, like, still crushed them pretty hard. What is this? Arid Mesa Street Wraith. I'm, like, missing a very obvious... Oh, Hollow Wenta. There we go. Trying to figure out what deck I was. At least we can cast these paths, like Ghost Courting myself. I'd much rather double Ghost Quarter my opponent with my Leonin Arbiter in play, but... In a pinch, if we're against Hollow One and we need to activate these paths, I can just Ghost Quarter my Ghost Quarter. Goblin Lore? Yep. Discards. Alright, this isn't bad. Let's draw a white source would be nice, though. Yeah. Yeah. You don't usually don't. Like, you can... It's mostly just explaining new cards to people at pre-releases. Like, I've judged pre-releases before, and it's just like sometimes people don't understand how cards work, so just familiarize yourself with the list. And you should be fine. Is it bad that I really just want to take 3 here and or take 4 and just Ghost Quarter strip mine my opponent into oblivion? Because it's like pretty bad. I'll let my opponent keep going off here. They don't have any Phoenixes. They discard another Hollow one. Good. Bring back a Bloodghast. I'd do that. It seems really risky, because I am just going to get nugged by this 4/4 pretty hard. And then I'll just have no lands to cast my paths. I don't know, it feels so risky. I just, like, don't think I can lose this game if I just, like, path their Hollow one and I don't have anything else. We have a second path on layaway. Arbiter, Displacer, just beat them down. Yeah, we're not going to be greedy. Vial in the path. Good plan. It's a solid line. I can respect it. Well, they get back their Bloodghast, but I mean they could have got back their Bloodghast regardless. Because they have this fetch in play. Cycle Street Wraith, sure. They don't even have like a follow-up big guy, so. Wow, not respecting my Leon and Arbiter. They might be saving this Bloodstain just like to get back this Bloodghast. I don't even think I'm supposed to strip mine them at this much mana, though. I'd rather get up to 3 mana for my Displacer. Your lack of greed disappoints me greatly. I mean, last time I chose not to double strip mine my opponent, it was very wrong, so maybe I should have done it this time. Five-color humans is D&T is way more beatdown oriented and way better looking cousin. Yeah, that was like one of the first things that I said, right, in the humans matchup. Not far from the truth, unfortunately. Such is the reality we live in. It's turn 4 and we're at 20, and Hollow One's at 10, so I feel pretty good about where we are. Only in Modern, yeah, in Legacy it's the opposite. Except, I guess, you're still not more beatdown oriented, but... Legacy 5-color humans is starting to, like, bubble up. Cedric Phillips, 10-5 at Richmond or whatever. Man, if I had a Thalia here, just, like, roast this Bloodghast, but I'll just take 2. Not even worth pathing this, we're just so far ahead. Ka-chow. Can I kill my Arbiter? Yeah, sure. Smart of them, they killed it before I took the Vial up to 3. Probably just cast Displacer here. I don't really need to leave up an activation. Just cast Displacer, I can Vial on the Wisp. Prevents me from, like, vialing Displacer just to eat a Bloodghast, but, like, it does not matter. Legacy Humans having Mom is just OP. You're not wrong. Legacy Humans does real gross things with Mom. I'll block. I dare you, attack. Alright. Just could have a land, so this is free. They could like try to collective brutality this, in which case we just have the wisp. They do take my path, which is kind of obnoxious, but without a wisp, I don't think I block there because of collective brutality. But now we have 6 power in play. We have them on turn clock, and they just have Bloodghasts. Oh wow, second collective brutality? That is rude. Now we have them on a much slower than 2 turn clock, but we have a Displacer in play, which significantly slows down their plan. They find a big fish. Tasigur. That'll do it too. I wonder what I'm tapping down here. Could tap down... I think I'm just going to take 2, tap down the Tasigur just to get beats in. These Bloodghasts notably still don't have haste, so... Eldrazi Temple would be a good draw, as would like Wasteland Strangler, as would a lot of other things. Probably just any land that taps for 1 is probably just not a good draw, though. Imagine how much easier this game would be if I double Ghost Cored them. I mean, not that much, right? My opponent hasn't cast anything super relevant. They still cast a Tasigur for 1 mana with infinite stuff in their yard. Can't block any of this stuff anyway, so... Racing time. They still can't get me down to past below 10, unless... So if they don't draw a land here, these Bloodghasts don't get to hit me for like 2 turns. Oh yeah, they do have looting, so not great. You double GQ into the 3rd GQ. Yeah, but I could have also easily not drawn a single white source and then just like got murdered by a hollow one, right? Oh, this, yeah, the Faithless Looting by itself actually gets me down below 10. Oh, and they have a Phoenix? Shit. Wow, are we gonna, like, lose this game? Definitely a non-zero chance that we lose this game now. Because these Bloodghasts will have haste, I'm taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, going to 7. Fuck. So, this chump blocks a Tasigur and like a Bloodghast. I'm taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, I'm actually still dead if they have a land, right? I could not attack and try to lethal them next turn. That's probably actually better, right? But then this... No, this Arbiter's just dying, right? Or no matter what it goes in front of. I could put Displacer in front of a Bloodghast. Arbiter in front of another Bloodghast. Blink the Tasigur, take 5. And I'm still dead. I'm not dead, but I can't lethal them anymore. So just, like, attack with the Displacer, hope they don't have a land somehow is basically our only plan. We're also still dead if they find a Faithless... any way to, like, discard cards. We also just died this Flameblade Adept. Oh, no, we don't. We can blink the Flameblade Adept and just block the Tasigur with Arbiter. Yeah, swinging across my fingers is the plan. That they somehow don't have a land. Even though they probably definitely kept a land. With that Faithless Looting. To just kill me here. Devil's Roll, Power Bottom. Your best cards, your Bible. Dedicated hate options, another deck. You're not wrong. I'll probably write that one up eventually. Although Elves like pretty low on the lists of like decks I'm actually concerned with. Concerned with like writing a sideboard guide for, because it's like, not very common here. Are they like? I hope they're not pausing for the slow roll. That must be for Legacy, and it's for Modern too. But Modern, whoa, hold on, did we win? What was their hand? Holy shit! Did not think I was getting out of that game alive. Was their hand like just like hollow ones and delve threats, and we were dead to so much of their deck. Marls is fine for Sneaky. Yeah, it's definitely a lot better. Like, Wasteland Strangler, again, that's like the reason you're playing black is because you get cards for creature matchups. Opponent made mistakes. Yeah, what did they discard? Does it say what they discarded off of that looting? Discards Flameblade Adept, Flamewake Phoenix. Okay, so it doesn't say what they... Like, they didn't, like, discard a land and fuck it up horribly. They might have. If they had nothing, they can hold back everything to block. No, because they have to attack with the Phoenixes, and then I can blink down one of their guys, and then untap, blink down the other. The Phoenixes have to attack. Yeah, you got the 6-month, the Thalia's Lancer. All the time. No one is a Thalia's Lieutenant, not even me. Because I just, like, haven't had subscribers for a full year. Every time I go to play another ENT Splash, I realize you lose Strangler. And yeah, Strangler is so good. God, it's just my favorite card in this deck. This card is just so fun to play. Anyway. Settle, Worship. These cards seem okay. Yeah, Strangler is 100% the reason to play Black-White Eldrazi Taxes. I mean, Displacer you can play in mono-white, and probably should be playing in mono-white, because it's very good. Tide Hollow is mostly because it supplements Displacer super well. Or my role. Let me say my suggestions. Okay. God, I've forgotten how I sideboard in this matchup. It's been so long. I think I cut all these Flicker Wisps, because they're really clunky and, like, trade with, like, don't block anything well at all. Bitter Blossom seems okay to bring. No, I always think about bringing Bitter Blossom, but it's so bad against Flamewake Phoenix. Sometimes you just, like, die to hardcast Flamewakes and stuff. Cut, like, 2 Arbiters. You can also just cut all the Arbiters, leaving 2 Flicker Wisps. Pontiff? What does Pontiff hit? Pontiff just, like, kills Bloodghast for a turn, right? Oh, like that a whole lot. You know, like, blink it to kill more stuff, but... I'm just gonna run this. What, Hero Blade Hold? Is this the hero we all need? Is there another hero in Magic? There's Hero's Bane. Is that what you're suggesting? I play Hero's Bane in this deck? Hits the Bloodghast lets you clock a little bit faster. Maybe. Could, like, cut more Arbiters for it, but I don't know. This deck does take a ton of damage from itself. Like, just a very aggressively fetch shock, because they're so often the aggro deck, and you can turn the corner pretty fast. Like, my opponent took a lot of damage to like, get going there. Man, do I keep this hand on the draw? Like, Double Path Rest in Peace is, like, so close to just demolishing my opponent. Also, what the heck is wrong with this Rest in Peace? I thought I had, like, good Rest in Pieces. Pretty sure I bought Rips before. Did I, like, buy a 3rd Rip and then... Yeah, it shouldn't be an A25 Rip, I don't think. GQ, I'm going to give myself the Your Line's arguably correct. Yeah, strip mining people is a lot more fun, that's fair. I'll definitely give you that. I don't keep this hand. And they're, like, much better 6s, but I really like this 7. What if they just, like, Burning Ink me into a bunch of lands? We'll be fine. Oh, no, I'm on the draw. I'm not going to keep this on the play. I'm on the draw. We won that last game, remember? This is, like, pretty tempting on the draw. Double Path. Rest in Peace. get to this warship in 900 turns. I'm really good at keeping one landers and never hitting another land drop, though. So, you know what? We're going to keep. Fuck it. Maybe they'll just Burning Inquiry me, and then I'm going to draw no lands, and then I'll discard this Plains. I forgot we won. It's okay. I'm kind of still in shock that we actually won that game. Must have been like the world's worst. What did they keep in their hand, but they discarded a Flameblade Adept, which like would have definitely been able to up the clock or something. They didn't have any lands or like looting spells to find lands or anything. Hey, yeah, I'm excited for Guilds of Ravnica. Man, I hope they Burning Inquiry me. Aw, that's not cool. They discarded a hollow one. Nice. Alright, sweet. So only one hollow one, which we can definitely beat. And before Spirit Guide pitch, Flame Wake you. Punish me for not pathing this. God, if we draw a second land here and just get to like rest in peace this Flame Wake. Living the dream. Come on, deck. I think we had this conversation before, Chylith. About Sneeze Train. Ooh, nice. Easy every time, never didn't have it. I should petition Twitch. Yeah, there's no way mods being able to rename people in chats would ever go wrong. Easy every time, never didn't have it. All that good stuff. Can't cast any Delve threats. They're down to hollow ones. We have Thalia. Looking pretty good. We'll just like draw Eldrazi Temple next turn, slam this Thought-Knot Seer too. Everything will be great. Shock. Oh, Engineer Explosives. Ooh, so they can kill this Rest in Peace. It did definitely, it took something with it at least to kill this Flame Wake, so definitely not, like, the worst. Also, we can't draw, A, we can't draw Flicker Wisp because we bored them all out, but B, we also can't draw another land to, like, punish them here. But this is, like, a pretty loose play. If I just go, like, third land Flicker Wisp, they're explosives, they just get so wrecked. Oh, fuck yeah. Sometimes my called shots work for me. A second EE, a Fatal Push, and a Goblin Lore. It's between the Fatal Push and the Goblin Lore, I think. Opponent's considering right now if they should concede the item. Oh yeah, the story looks exciting, I ask. Oh, the King. Definitely looking forward to seeing what happens, especially in the third set. So they're gonna pop this EE and then they can like Goblin Lore into more stuff, but it's also totally random. They might, although most of their cards in their hand are gone. I think I just want to keep my Thought-Knot alive. Lasco the King. Is that what it is? Call shots like that hymn call. Don't remind me. That hymn never happened. It looks so much like, you know, like I Ask of the King, but like just I Ask of the King. You know, like old-timey. Alright, Lasco. It's a lot easier to say, because you can shorten it to like the first word. Didn't realize you could use Cast. I made my account back in the day. Then you can change your name, right? Like, change the caps or whatever. Wow. Goblin Luring before cracking EE seems loose. They just, like, discard this Bloodghast for no reason. I mean, like, just Thalia Thought-Knot to Stonewall these Flameblade Adepts. Twitch food. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because I just straight up changed my name. I used to be, like, JStrife22, like, pretty early on, but I changed it to XJCloud to be consistent with everything, like my Twitter and my MTGO account and stuff. Let me just, like, Vial into... Oh, playing Thalia here is actually, like, really bad, because they have this EE, so maybe we're just playing Vial and passing. And if we're passing, we're just attacking with Thought-Knot, too. We just, like, path one of these if they get big, if my opponent casts another, like, looting spell. Yeah. Get him. Quickly realize that casting Thalia and Gen E on 2, not the brightest. Might just path that. Burning Inquiry. Alright, yeah, I think I'm just, like, definitely pathing that now. Although these things actually get buff. They go up to 4/2s here. Maybe I have to path one of these Flame Blades. Just run this Warship to win me the game. Yeah. Path a Flame Blade. If we can kill this Flame Wake before they activate this E, too, we can just exile it forever, like if we draw Wasteland Strangler. Yeah. Taking E seems like a real good, easy way to lose this game. Oh, we lost the Warship, but we gained a Shalai. Shalai beats Flame Wake. They also lost another Bloodghast because they just have refused to kill this Rest in Peace for some reason, so... Ooh, Arbiter double Ghost Quarter doesn't seem very good here. I'm just gonna get this black mana to play while I can. They still have the EE in their hand, right? No, this is... I think they discarded it here somewhere. I don't even know anymore. Can't wait to find out which kills them. Oh, Legions are being... Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's weird. It's like the Dimir seem like they're not, like, super evil, but then they're also the Dimir, so you don't know what the fuck they're doing. They finally kill my engineer explosives after losing, like, 2 Bloodghasts to it. This attack makes me very... I guess... I was about to say, this attack makes me very nervous, but it actually doesn't, because... They could have a bolt or something here. Should I take 3? This is just 2-turn lethal anyway, so I think I can just block here pretty safely. Thought-Knot just, like, lethals them anyway, even if they have a bolt or Collective Brutality. They can only Collective Brutality on one mode as well, because Shalai gives me hexproof. Play a Delve guy. Yeah. The old Tasigur. So now they're Hellbent. But now they're also, like, dead, I think. Don't really know what Ghost Courting them actually accomplishes here, but they have no cards in hand. I'm gonna keep the other one. I think they're just dead next turn anyway. They're just, like, dead to the Shalai. Block everything else. Gruul and Rakdos. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Rakdos are probably just, like, always evil. Sick, we got him. Got him, coach. Take that, Hollow One. It is pretty surprising though how close some of those games turned out. Like especially game one when we were so far ahead and suddenly like everything was going wrong. We did draw like a bunch of lands in a row, but the game went from like, oh, we're probably just gonna crush them to, oh shit, we might actually just be dead. The double collector brutality was pretty rude. Killing that flicker was big game. Then even that game too, if I hadn't found Shalai, that Tasker Stonewalls would be pretty hard. I start like dying to that Phoenix. Because I didn't double G. Yeah, because I didn't like triple strip mine them and just like get murdered by a hollow one. They also had like they then miss a land drop, yeah, right? So there's no indication that by I can triple strip mine them and then they don't get to cast any more spells. They usually like land delve thread or whatever. They operate pretty well off of one land. So I feel like the strip mine line is pretty greedy when I have double path in hand and they're usually like reasonably threat light or not threat light, but like the big guys that are harder for ENT to deal with. You just like path those out of the way. Sand sucks. My opponent also mulliganed. Sand also sucks. Sand also sucks, but like we're not gonna mulligan. Sand is keepable, but it's just atrocious. We just have to keep stuff that we get to do. Vial into Scholar. Hope that's enough, because we're not doing anything else. Oh, well, blue-white. At least we have Aether Vial. Maybe we'll top deck Eldrazi Temple. They just like pass here then. Okay, never mind. We're gonna slam Scholar. If they were gonna pass here, I think I just wait on the Scholar so I don't get mana leaked. But now we can just slam it. One top, one bottom on the Visions. What you got over here? Mana Leak, Snap, Click, Click. They don't generally play Leak. Eat it, Chylith. Also, they've started to play Leak instead of Logic Knot in this deck. I don't know why, but I've seen like some of the more recent lists playing Leak instead, so it's good to play around. Anyway, guess I take the Snap. Taking Click's worthless. Taking Mana Leak is not great when I have this Vial in play. Kind of annoying to play into. I think we just like take the Snap. Generally. Yes, obviously. My opponent actually had a Logic Knot in hand until I said Mana Leak, and then you said they don't play Mana Leak, and then the Logic Knot actually turned into a Mana Leak. It's really weird. I feel like you're not taking this Mana Leak because we can actually cast Thought Knot. We're not going to ram Tide Hollow and no click. Play Shambling Vented Pass. Leak is just worse Logic Knot. I mean, yes and no. Like, sometimes you just like can't Logic Knot on turn 2, which is pretty important. I don't know how many like fetches they're playing and such. Playing like 4 Field of Ruin, 1 Ghost Quarter too, so I'm no blue-white expert by any means. I'm gonna like Field of Ruin my Shambling Vent here. Click me. Alright, you can take a Thought Knot. You can also just leave me with it if they want. Then this Vial's going to take up to 4, just so I can Vial it in. Ooh, a Strangler. That is a very good card to have in my hand. I mean, if I Strangle the Click, they play another one, but it's nice, still. They hit Island. So their hand is Click, Leak, question mark. I want to protect this Ghost Quarter from their Field of Ruin. Like, so like never tapping it. What am I doing here? If I just Strangler them, I still can't attack. They have like another click. We just wait on it. That plays into this getting removed in response. So this is my only card that I have in their exile. So it's a little bit dangerous. I'd like try to trade the Shambling Vent, see if they block with the click, and then if they click me again, I just Strangler it. That's probably not actually a bad idea. If I can convince them to trade the Shambling Vent for the click instead of the Field of Ruin, we might actually get somewhere. They also might just Field of Ruin this, but then... Yeah, they probably will just Field the Vents, but if they don't, they might want to trade the click because they have the second click in hand. Nope, they're going to Field it, which is also fine. I think that's something that will happen. I guess I'm supposed to Strangle this now to play around removal. Or like play around, I guess Cryptic Command is the big one. They could like bounce my Tide Hollow, blow me out. Maybe I just like don't put it into play yet, but then we're just sitting here awkwardly and I'm not going to be able to do anything. No wastes. No, like 8 color sources is already pretty hard on the deck. I kind of want the 9th, but yeah, it's just like very hard to justify. I'm just going to wait on the Strangler. Yeah, the Swamp already sucks, but sometimes you can like Ghost Quarter yourself for the Tide Hollow and such. One top, one bottom. Attack here is interesting. Just content to die. Yeah. Blood Moon is a very good card against us, and it will always be a good card against us. Schley's not bad. Still runs into the Mana Leak, but we can take the Vial up to 4, worst case. Now we get to attack and try to somehow bait them casting the second click or something. Or removing the Tide Hollow in some way. Yeah, like that. Yeah, all our ways to like fetch the basics are really bad. It's just like pathing your own guys or ghost quartering your own guys. Still can't play into the click. I'm going to take this Vial to 4, which is usually not good against... Actually, now I'm not. Because now I can actually just cast Shalai through a Mana Leak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. I was going to take a Vial to 4 to play around this Vendilion click, but now we can just leave it on 3. Play into a Wrath anyway, but such is life. Nice Mana Leak. If I can flip the Search and do scary stuff, maybe like cast a Supreme Verdict, we probably lose, but need to start getting onto this board. Pressure them. This Mold of 5 was not a very good one against blue-white. Yeah, they're going to flip Azcanta for land drops. See, imagine if that was a Logic Knot. I mean, if there was a Logic Knot, I would just take the Vial up to 4. You're probably not wrong that Mana Leak is not a good card in this deck, but... No click, huh? I guess they want to activate this Azcanta to dig for Wraths. Yeah, Ghost Quartering Azcanta is a good plan. Leave this, like, dead to Colonnade Answers is the issue. We're also just never going to beat this Azcanta, so... forcing them to activate it right now is a good starting point. Yeah, then I have a Violent 4, and that's shitty too, but... Well, they whiffed? Oh, nice. And cast Click, so we're gonna Scholar first. We're just, like, playing into Wrath at this point. We're just super dead. Spell Snare, rude. At least this lets us attack for one more turn through a Click. Now we're just, like, pretty hosed to this Colonnade. Because now we just, like, can't even attack here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they just, like, animate this Colonnade. We need to draw a Ghost Quarter. Can't even Strangler it. Because they don't have any cards in exile. They like draw step click me yet? If they draw step click though, I get to punch them with the Shalai. Oh, Path. That's also rude. Oh yeah, they can't click me because I had a Shalai in play for like 900 turns. I wasn't really thinking about that. I think I just kind of have to trade with this click at some point. Targeting themselves, sure. They always click themselves, which is now what they're doing. Reveals the Mana Leak, puts it on bottom. She'll have Temple on tap. Eh. I think they're just like making this play like 900 times over, but not wrong. Again, we're back to the plan of like, or the awkward point of we can't beat a Colonnade that's in play. It's like play a bunch of idiots, die to a Supreme Verdict. Learn to bluff better. Bluffing's like my least favorite part of Magic, to be perfectly honest. Like vile checking people and stuff. It's just like going through the motions is just more work than it's worth. Oh, I don't have any more basics, so it doesn't matter. I would say I didn't pay for Arbiter, but you should have the 4 basics anyway. Well, I can cast a Thought-Knot Seer. Probably just gets, like, Cryptic-did. Yeah, surprise, surprise. Get him for 2. It's very alright. Time to scoop him up. Yeah, we're dead. Alright, game 2. Yeah, I mean, we mulled a 5, and it was like a pretty bad 5. A lot more yeah. Like, vile bluffing and stuff is just very marginal. A lot of the nuance of D&T just comes around. You bluff, like, Vile being untapped is definitely a bluff sometimes, too. Another thing that's lost is just F6ing versus in paper you don't really F6. You're always, like, have the Vile up, but I'm also very lazy and just love pushing the F6 button. Instead of actually, like, F2ing or something responsible. This Cyber Plan seems fine. There's a chance I'm supposed to bring in, like, Zell's Persecution instead of, like, this second Shalai. My opponent had at least 2 Vendilion Clerks. They just have, like, a decent number of X1s. I don't actually hate that. Shelly's not very good in this matchup. Floyd doesn't feel like a very... it's fine. Like, your disruptive hands are really nuts against them. Tight Hollows and Thought Knots and stuff. Especially if you have early Vial. Zan does not have Vial. Not Pontiff. Pontiff's harder to, like, do things at instant speed with. But it also is a dude. Sounds like barely good enough to keep, but I'm going to keep it. No Vial is a big downer, but turn 2, Displacer into Possible. Turn 3, turn 4, Thought Knots. Nuts. Let's just draw a second temple and make my life even easier. I'll take it. So if I shock this Godless Shrine in, it's guaranteed 2 damage. But if I Caves for Displacer, I take 1 damage, and then I have to shock it in next turn. So yeah, shocking it in is fine. Not that the life loss really matters too much. Fun is also fine. It was just kind of like a split-second decision of, oh, I actually kind of like bringing in these sorts of effects against blue-white on occasion. Path this. Alright. And, like, I had already submitted, so I wanted to do something quickly. But Pontiff's also good. Or decent. Sweet, they tapped out. And just slam a bunch of Thought Knot Seers. Nice Spell Snare, bud. Guess we take this Vendilion Click, then we take Settle the Wreckage. And hope my opponent never draws, like, Snapcaster Mage or anything. It's for 1. Yeah, it's definitely, like, reasonable. Zealous being able to pump your team for a turn, but... And having instant speed. I don't want to get clicked here for my other Thought Knot. So I'm just gonna take the click and pass. Next turn, Thought Knot. Oh no, I didn't play my land! Oh well. That shouldn't punish me too bad, I don't think. I guess if I draw another Temple, I can't Thought Knot plus Flicker Wisp. Oh no, the punish! The immediate and horrible punish! Not playing my land. Because now I can't Thought Knot Flicker Wisp with Thought Knot. Fuck. Ah, well. So I can't just cast Arbiter here because they just have a Spell Snare. Maybe it's better to actually, like, just Flicker Wisp this Thought Knot instead of playing out another Thought Knot. Because these Flicker Wisps are really bad on their own. They do get a draw card, though, whereas this Thought Knot doesn't let them draw a card. Just concerned about getting Wrathed. They're, like, digging pretty hard, trying to find, like, a Terminus or Supreme Verdict. And if we get Wrathed and we're left with a bunch of dopey Flicker Wisps, then we might just die. If I just Flicker Wisp here, I still have 7 on the board, and then if they Wrath me the following turn, I can just Thought Knot plus Flicker Wisp again, take more of the relevant cards. Just don't like drawing them a card. I could also just like draw them into Terminus and just get absolutely demolished, but that seems kind of unlikely. Yeah, I also like Wisping. I'm kind of talking myself into it. Just plays around them inevitably finding a Wrath a little bit better. They have a Cryptic Command. It's actually like more annoying than the Settle the Wreckage, honestly. Like actually counter my spells. They just like leave up 4 for Settle the Wreckage. We can play another Thought Knot and take it, and then cross our fingers to dodge a Wrath for 1 turn. Ooh, a Karn. It's an interesting draw. It's probably just slam Thought Knot, jam for 7. I could also Flicker Wisp my Flicker Wisp, but then like they'll be at not enough for like lethal, but I could, like, protect a guy from a Wrath by flickering it, so... We'll play around Mana Leak. Yeah, we got a Karn in the sideboard, Caleb. I literally bought it at the beginning of the stream to test it out. Honestly, I think I'm just wisping a Wisp. I don't want to draw them closer to the Wrath, because they just have exactly one turn to find it. Although, if I Wisp a Thought-Knot, then I get to, like, Thought-Seize them end step, so they can't, like, Cryptic Command me down or something. Smasher's good against blue-white. Smasher's, like, really good in this matchup specifically. I talked about it in my sideboard guide. Like, if you want to beat blue-white, you could be playing some number of Smashers. I'm gonna flicker a Thought-Knot. The greedier play, but... in before Terminus. Alright, no Terminus, that's good. So now even if they Wrath me, we get to Thought-Knot them down to 2 and play a Karn. Alright, they're just dead. Cool. Smasher never sucks. Ever seen your opponent tilt after you tough take a Smasher? Yeah, they're like at 5. They just like, oh, I finally stabilized. JK Smasher you. Legacy Popper Unlimited. Yeah, I'm big, just like Legacy and Modern niche. But yeah, it's definitely expensive. There's definitely a lot of cost to playing it, but against a deck like Blue-White, which like enjoys pathing you a lot, you find a lot of your basics and stuff. Legacy is definitely the format nearest and dearest to my heart as well. Alright, so I could board in Pontiff like instead of the Zealous, I could board it instead of a Path, but I'm just I live in constant fear of Baneslayer Angel and Lyra Dawnbringer. Probably like too afraid of those cards, but they're out there and they always just murder you. Or Fatal Push Sprint, I used to play Walrus. Yeah, Walrus was probably got a lot worse when Fatal Push was printed. I'll play an 06 or whatever it is, 05? I don't know. Animate my land. Alright, I'll Stone Rain you for 1 mana. Do I want this Pontiff, and if so... Probably because every time that Angel is lifted... Yeah, exactly. If they play Lyra or Baneslayer, and then you don't kill it immediately, you just, like, lose the game. The game is now over. You have lost. Congratulations. So just, like, the eternal fear. It's just like in Legacy with Monastery Mentor. Like, you just have to leave in Plows to respect it. Do I want this Pontiff? Do I probably want it more than Zealous? I think vaguely more than Zealous. Zealous is better against, like, attacking through Colonnades, but... Beat a Lyra with a very fast blue-red Wizard's deck and draft. Like, you beat a Lyra in play, like, played on turn 5, and you, like, just had enough kills, like, creatures in play by then to kill them. It was, like, fine. Don't really want Zealous or Pontiff, really. They're just marginal. Clearing clicks and stuff is nice. Clearing, like, random snaps. Ugh, this hand is... Vial's really good. I don't know if Vial is good enough to keep this hand. My opponent mulliganed to 6, though, so I think it's good enough. Opponent mulliganed all 3 games. Rough beats. Ooh, that makes this hand better. You just play turn 2 Displacer if they don't leave up counter magic here. The counter magic, we're just like not gonna cast a spell. Just gonna sit on this vial. Actually, we'll play second vial. They can mana leak this. They're thinking about it. Ooh, they didn't. Cool. Alright, let's just draw Ghost Quarters. It's a good reason to, like, not mana leak stuff. Man, they just, like, have Stony Silence. Ooh, no third land drop, huh? Interesting development. Ooh, a Tidehollow Scholar. Scholar to clear a counterspell, possibly cast a 3 here? Could also wait on the Scholar, and then next turn I could, like, Scholar Wisp it. Just, like, pass this turn. That's probably better. Just put an Arbiter. I might actually put an Arbiter on their upkeep, I think. Because if they play a fetch, I don't think they're going to crack it. And, I don't know. Definitely tough. Yeah, we'll just wait on this Arbiter. Yeah, I just didn't draw a fetch anyway. Let's go. Get him, Arbiter. Pat this before this other one ticks up. Unusual. Do I save this? I almost don't want to. I almost want to let this Arbiter die and just Tidehollow Displacer it. But, like, saving it's just card advantage, so it is pretty free. Yeah, I guess I should. Don't know why they let this tick up first. I don't really know what their whole thing was. Ooh. That's a good draw. That's a good play for next turn. I think we're just gonna Tidehollow them in their draw step here. We don't want to get, like, land 4 Wrathed. Be nice to blink it, but now we have, like, Gideon and stuff to play as well. Snap Path, sure. Kill Displacer. God, all these things just run to a snap and die. Snap Opt, wow. That's a play. Well, I'm definitely taking this path that's in your hand. They really want to hit land 4. Spell Queller is an interesting one. Man, I hope I draw a Ghost Quarter. Be a fun one to draw. Man, I almost took this vial before if I drew Thought Knot. I could, like, actually Gideon Emblem and just crunch them for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Crunch through the Snapcast. That seems loose. They don't have, like, a feasible Wrath here. Settle the Wreckage is pretty easy to play around. Even just, like, Flicker Wisp out of land. I think just attacking them for 3 is better. Attack them for 3 slam Gideon. 0. Ooh, that's a nice one. Wish we had a thought not on this vial here. Anything we can really do about this? Not really. They don't get to cast anything here. They just have like a spell queller up. Like kind of obnoxious, but not horribly so. I don't think saving anything's worth my Flicker Wisp. I think it's probably better than a Displacer or a Tide Hollow here. They actually do get their path back, which is annoying. But I can always just save the Thought-Knot from the path with a Wisp. So yeah, that's fine. It also means they're not hitting another land, so... Sure glad I didn't ult that Gideon and just crunch for 10. Let's leapfrog. It's just like a random like common or uncommon from Guilds of Ravnica. I just like frogs, and it was a really sweet art on the card.